How to rebuild trust with your child. Rebuilding lost trust. Most of us would consider trust to be the building block of relationships. I'm sure that none of us are strangers to experiencing a betrayal of trust or even betraying someone else's trust. However, for a parent, there is nothing worse than feeling that you've lost the trust of your children. You're probably wondering, is there a way to rebuild trust with my child? The answer is yes. In this video, we are going to explore ways to rebuild trust with your child. Keep watching to find out. Number 1. Be there when your child needs you. The first thing you can do as a parent starting from birth is to make sure you are there for your child when they need you. If your child is an infant, make sure that you don't neglect their cries. If your child is older and already has some issues with trust, make sure to take the time to listen to their needs and expression. Number 2. Give your children a safe space. This tip may be overlooked by a lot of parents. Giving your child a space that they feel safe in does wonders for how your child trusts you and themselves. Let's put this into perspective. If you have a place where you can express yourself in the way you want to and feel comforted regardless of how you feel, don't you think you would be a happy and trusting person? So, if you've neglected giving your child a space that allows them to be who they want to be, then that would be a good step into attempting to rebuild trust. Keep watching until the end of the video where we'll give you special information about how early a child's trust develops. If you are really trying to rebuild trust, you don't want to miss it. Number 3. Accept your child's feelings, both good and bad. This tip ties in directly with the last one. Part of giving your child a safe space means that they should be able to express themselves both positively and negatively. We've all heard that it's not good to suppress emotions, so if your child feels the need to express anxiety, anger, frustration, or sadness, you should be providing an environment where they can safely express those emotions, so they can move forward and solve their problems. Number 4. Consistency. This may be one of the most important tips we can give you for not only rebuilding trust but maintaining it in the long run. If you are able to consistently give your child a safe space, consistently let them express themselves, and consistently be there for them, then it's only natural that they will begin to rely on you again for help and support. Trust can't be totally developed in a day. In fact, it can't even be considered completely developed at any given point in time. The reason being that trust is not something that can be completed. Trust is something that needs to be nurtured, developed, and adapted to all sorts of situations because it changes just as the person who trusts changes. So, you as the parent must be constantly attentive to your child's needs and wants, regardless of their age, to ensure that trust is maintained. Are you enjoying the video so far? Why not leave a like and subscribe to the channel? Don't forget to ring the notification bell for the latest updates. Number 5. Take responsibility. You know how it's always said to be a good role model as a parent? Well, if you want your child to trust you again, then take responsibility for your mistakes. Not only will this let your child feel that you are being honest with them and in turn trust you more, but it will also encourage them to take responsibility for their own mistakes. Bonus info: your child begins developing trust as soon as they are born. This may be news to you. Some of us may think that trust can only be developed when a child begins to have consciousness, but this is far from the truth. Many studies have shown that trust begins to develop in a child as soon as birth. And it's in these integral early years that you can already betray the trust of your child. If we turn our attention to a famous psychotherapist, Erik Erikson, he developed a theory known as the stages of psychosocial development. While this theory covers the general lifespan of a human, the first stage still has significant importance regarding trust. Erikson's first stage covers the first challenge a human will experience during their development. That is trust versus mistrust. Simply put, if you, as the caregiver, are there for your child when they cry for something, then they will begin their lives by learning to trust the world around them. Remember, you are the source of survival for your child. If you were neglectful of your child's cries during infancy, then you've made breeding grounds for a lack of trust in your children that will certainly affect them growing up. At the end of the day, trust is something that can be rebuilt after it's broken. However, it takes a lot of time and commitment from you as the parent. With each passing day that you provide your child with a reason to trust you, it will only continue to grow. So, what do you think of this video? Did you find the tips helpful for rebuilding trust with your child? Have you successfully rebuilt trust with your child? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and see you later.